Imagine a world where a new canal reshapes the balance of power in the Middle East and impacts global trade. How would this change our world? Would it create a dynamic shift in political alliances or perhaps ignite a domino effect of economic transformations? The Suez Canal, as it stands today, is a titan of maritime commerce, a conduit for 10% of the world's cargo ships. But what if a rival canal emerges? How would this new player, this Israeli canal, alter the status quo? Today we delve into the origins and developments of the Israeli Canal, a project that could redefine the trade landscape. The story of the Israeli Canal dates back to the mid-1800s, an era of grand visions and ambitious projects. It was a time when the British Empire was at its peak, and their global reach was unparalleled. Amidst this backdrop, the idea of constructing a canal to the Red Sea via the Dead Sea was first proposed. This audacious project aimed to establish a new trade route, a strategic link between the Mediterranean and the Red Sea. Fast forward a century and enter William Allen, an English naval officer and explorer. In 1955, Allen proposed an alternative to the Suez Canal, an idea that was as bold as it was innovative. His vision was to connect three bodies of water, the Red Sea, the Dead Sea, and the Mediterranean Sea. The advantages were clear. This canal would be cheaper than the projected Suez Canal and would offer a new pathway for trade and transportation. As the geopolitical landscape shifted during the Cold War, the United States showed interest in this project. The idea of a canal opposite the Suez Canal was seriously considered in 1963. This came as a response to the decision taken by the Egyptian president, Gamal Abdel Nasser, to nationalize the Suez Canal in 1956. The American interest in the project was not just about commerce and transportation, it was a strategic move, a counter to the increasing influence of Egypt in the region. The idea remained dormant for decades until it resurfaced in 1994, named after the first Prime Minister of Israel. The Ben Gurion Canal, as it was called, brought back the audacious vision of a new canal, a new route that could potentially reshape the balance of power in the region. The concept of the Israeli Canal, first dreamt up in the mid-1800s, was back in the spotlight, setting the stage for a new chapter in the history of global trade and regional politics. In 1994, the world was introduced to the controversial Israeli Canal project, now known as the Ben Gurion Canal. This audacious proposal was no longer a secret kept within the confines of government offices. The plan was bold and ambitious, proposing a new canal that would connect the Mediterranean Sea with the Gulf of Aqaba, and thus the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean. This strategic location was not chosen by happenstance. No, it was a calculated move that held the potential to reshape the region's political and economic dynamics. The proposed canal would run adjacent to the Gaza Strip, an area that has been the epicenter of conflict and tension for decades. Could this be a coincidence? Or was this grand design a strategic maneuver hidden behind the veil of a mega infrastructure project? The canal's proposed path is not only significant in terms of its geopolitical implications, it also holds tremendous potential to alter the course of global trade. The Ben Gurion Canal, if realized, could provide an alternative route to the Suez Canal, one of the world's most crucial waterways. This could potentially redistribute the balance of power in the region, shifting it away from Egypt and towards Israel. The implications of this project extend beyond regional dynamics. The Ben Gurion Canal could also impact the global shipping industry. It could offer a new route for ships that are unable to transit the Suez Canal due to size restrictions. This potential shift in global trade routes could have long-lasting effects on the world's economy. Despite the controversy, the project moved forward, and in April 2021, Israel announced the commencement of work on the canal. The construction of the Ben Gurion Canal is more than just a construction project. It's a potential game-changer for the region and the world. Imagine a new canal snaking its way through the Middle East, parallel to the legendary Suez Canal. Its impact on Egypt, the current gatekeeper of the region's trade, would be profound. Egypt's economy, heavily reliant on the revenue from the Suez Canal, could face a staggering blow. With upwards of $9 billion at stake, the threat is no small concern, but it's not just about Egypt. The Ben Gurion Canal presents a major advantage for those colossal ships that simply can't squeeze through the Suez Canal due to their size. These behemoths of the sea, currently taking the long way around Africa, could find a new, shorter route through the Middle East. The time and cost savings for these maritime giants could be substantial, potentially reshaping global shipping routes and trade patterns. The ripple effects don't stop there. Whoever controls the Ben Gurion Canal will wield significant influence over the global supply routes for oil, grain, and shipping. This new canal could serve as a major artery for the lifeblood of global commerce, pumping goods from the heart of Asia to the furthest reaches of Europe and beyond. The control of such a vital conduit could shift the balance of power, not just in the region, but potentially across the globe. Yet despite these potential impacts, the future of the Ben Gurion Canal is far from certain. The project's enormous cost, estimated at $55 billion, is a formidable hurdle. And then there's the geopolitics, always a complex and unpredictable factor in the Middle East. Will the nations of the region and indeed the world allow this new canal to reshape their economic and political landscapes? The stakes are high and the implications are vast, but the project's future remains uncertain. The Israeli Canal, a project steeped in history and controversy, stands poised to change the face of global trade. This remarkable undertaking, tracing its roots back to the mid-19th century, has been the subject of intense debate and speculation. As we've seen, the idea of a canal connecting the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea, and the Dead Sea has been considered and reconsidered by powers from the British Empire to the United States, and now Israel. The unveiling of the Ben Gurion Canal Plan in 1994 marked a significant milestone in this long-standing concept. The announcement that construction is expected to start soon has brought the project back into the global spotlight. Its potential implications are far-reaching, not just for the regional dynamics of the Middle East, but for the broader landscape of global trade. The new canal's impact could be profound. It promises to be a financial threat to Egypt, upsetting the balance of power that the Suez Canal has held for over a century. Yet Israel contends that the new route will serve ships unable to transit the Suez Canal due to size restrictions, presenting a viable alternative. However, amidst these assertions and projections, a cloud of uncertainty hangs over the project. The construction of the canal is an engineering challenge of enormous proportions. At an estimated length of 293 kilometers, it would be a third longer than the Suez Canal and carry a hefty price tag of $55 billion. Moreover, the canal's exact route, its environmental implications, and the geopolitical consequences of its operation remain unresolved. These uncertainties have fueled ongoing debate and speculation, adding to the intrigue surrounding the project. As we keep our eyes on the developments, one thing is clear. The Israeli Canal is more than just a construction project. It's a symbol of shifting power dynamics in a rapidly changing world.